Good day, wonderful listeners and great viewers of Living Radio and Living Television, Living Radio 90.9. Darling station, we're back again today. Today, we're really very sorry. Let me be very apologetic because for 2 weeks now, we've not, a lot of our fans have been calling, asking us about the Odyssey of St.Moses Ogbonna. And our major fans refer to it as Odyssey of St. Moses. Whichever way you look at it, Odyssey and Odyssey, they sound alike, And then that is exactly why we are here today. Remember, we watched last on part 7. On part 7, we talked about how he obtained, how he had got his jam form and was successful in his jam, and how he gained admission, and how St. Moses Vocational College came to a stop, and also what happened between him and the landlord that housed him right there. These were some of the things to listen to at part 7. And this part 8, we're going to continue from there. And then, he is the one, this is the eventful story of St. Moses Ogbonna. That is where we are going to start from today. I just want you to stay tuned and don't touch the dial wherever you are, because we are going to upload more. We have not gotten to the peak of the story. You must have some stories to tell, and we've never ended any part without a remarkable thing to get moved of. And that is how we're going to start today. We are talking about Odyssey of St. Moses Ogbonna, part 8. St. Moses, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Yeah, like we had me say, we've had a discourse on how St. Moses Vocational College come to a stop, how you got your jam, and ventured into the university instead of law. You read logic first before going back to law. And then we've dealt with the bank issue, how you became a banker even without a certificate by the special grace of God. Today, we are on part 8 of Odyssey. Where do we start?
You see, when you see people on the streets, many people look at those going on SUV vehicles. You look at those who are governors today. You look at those who have mansions all over the place. I know I have a friend that is a very big man in Aba. You look at them, if they have not told you their stories.
That's true.
That's why many of our youths are now going into Yahoo. They think it is something, you just snap your fingers and you got to where you are. Money starts coming. It's not true. A lot of things you went through. I went through a lot of things. I remember that while I was in Mbok, as a proprietor of
St. Moses Vocational College.
St. Moses Vocational College, I had some spiritual experiences. That's why when I watch TB Joshua, many people will say, hey, you want TB Joshua? I say, yes. Because that is the only prophet I have seen that has a kind of, when he was alive, doing what God says.
Prophet that looks real than what we have today.
Most of these people who do RNG, I watched somebody who said TB Joshua was doing RNG. I said, it's not true. I went there, saw what he was doing, and came back to tell my wife, this man is not an RNG man, because I myself was doing the kind of the thing he was doing. I told you one day I left Mbok and I was going to my church at Eziamanfosi. Remember I told you I'm a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and my father was a pastor. I'm a pastor's son.
Sorry, as a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you are a Sabbatarian.
No, I'm not a Sabbatarian. I am a member of the Seventh Day Adventist. Sabbatarians are those who killed Jesus. They killed Jesus now. Or it is the people of Sabbath that killed Jesus. They threw stone at Stephen.
I didn't even kill him.
They even killed him. So I'm not a Sabbath man. I am a member of the Seventh Day Adventist. I observe the seventh day as a day of worship, which God, the omnipotent Lord, said in the Ten Commandments remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. I am not a Sabbatarian, and my church people registered Seventh Day Adventist SDA, and that's where I worship, not Sabbath. The Sabbath are of the Jews, and those are the people who killed Jesus. So I'm not a Sabbatarian. But I want to tell you one thing. I don't omit going to church on the Sabbath day, the seventh day. My church is Seventh Day Adventist, but we go to church on the Sabbath day. So on this day, I was going to Omonglago from Boko. I have girls who were living with me, my sisters. Remember, I told you I rented a lot of these people to make sure
the
school starts. One of them is doing very well as a orthopedic doctor, healer. She was there because we were doing a technical training. A lot of them, those who are carpenters, those who are cabinet makers, those who are mechanics, they were trained in St.Moses Vocational College. That was the idea for 6334 system of education, which the government started and abandoned. At that time, my brother, you see, there were senior secondary schools and junior secondary schools. Those senior secondary schools, they had workshops equipped. In fact, in Abia by Abia State government, sponsored by the federal government. And the students were trained. Students in my school were trained. Like we are training them in St. Moses Living Television Film Academy. We don't believe in academic, bookish, theoretical
aspects of academics.
We have television here. We have radio here. Where those who come, we do broadcasting. Those in television, we do television. We have those who do film. We have our film village, cinematography, practical and well equipped. I doubt if there is any university in Nigeria today that is as equipped as Living TV Film Academy. I doubt it. I've believed in that. My father, he said, one of his philosophical pronouncements says, teach a person how to fish. You have fed him for life. But if you give him fish, you fed him for one day. All right? So what we need in this country now is not bookishness. At that time, like we are now, there are teachers from Ariaria who had primary 6, but who were teachers. They were shoemakers, electronics makers, upholstery and all that. With the primary 6, when you finish the practical aspect, the theoretical aspect, and you tell them in your book there is what we call chisel. The idea man will call to tell you that that thing you call chisel, look at it. This is what we use it for. That is what Nigeria needs now. It is not going to have a HND, ND, MSc, BSc, PhD. I watched one lady who said he was a repentant Akuna.
Okay. I forwarded it to you.
Yeah, you forwarded it to me. She said that if not that did not want to offend anybody, that she would have said that education in Nigeria is a scam. My brother in Nigeria now, save us, we don't want to offend anybody. Education in Nigeria is a scam.
No, there's a scam now.
You go to school, you have the degree. Alan, the university is threatening her to withdraw the
certificate.
What for? What are you withdrawing it for? Because she said the truth. That if you go to school, the lecturers will want to have a bed with you before they can give you.
That was how she graduated, even without attending classes.
You understand?
And she had 2-1.
You understand? We have to look into what is happening. Look beyond the certificates and give our sons and daughters trainings, practical trainings, so that if you want to become an engineer in the schools of engineering,
Just like most of our mechanical engineers in our various universities, the number of them,
do you know that
they are very close to
some of the guys, some of the IT people that came here saw camera first in living TV.
Yes,
in fact, I remember a lecturer we hired here who told me, Oga, I saw camera first here. Lecturer.
You are talking about IT students. What about the graduates?
You understand? And she was, because she wanted to learn, she was following the students to even the film village, where she wanted to, be tutored on or trained on physical and practical film shooting. You see, I remember that day I was on my way to my village.
Okay, go ahead.
I met this beautiful girl, very, very beautiful girl. I was riding on a Kawasaki. I had a Kawasaki there. Kawasaki, Kawawa. That was what was a Kawasaki 100. I bought it there. I was going to my home to worship in my church. I saw this beautiful girl along Ezemerengwa area, very close to Umuelele now. She flagged me down and said, please, I'm going to Eketa. Can you take me? Carry me to Eketa. I stopped. I said, why? Are you sick? She said, no. Why should I carry you to Eketa? I'm not an Okada person. He said, no.
That is not your area. That's not where you're going to.
No. I have crossed the Eketa now. I'm going to Omongala. She wants me to reverse and take her to Eketa. Why I am saying it is because there are people who don't understand that on this planet we are living, we have a dual life, the spirit and the flesh, physical. She said, no, but I can take her to, I said, I won't take you there because I'm going to worship my God in my church. I turned and moved. When I finish church and come home, come and see crowd in my place. Crowd of people. What is happening? My sister was panting. He said that she wants to pack her properties and go home. That they should pack her properties home, that she is going to die. I said, die where? Who's killing you? He said, look at him. We had a brother who died at Kainji. He's one of the Hajuru's sons. He died in a swimming pool. He was living with me. So he was telling me when he was living with me, he was learning electronic, how to repair radio and television at Lagos. That when he finishes, he will build a house and he will put a swimming pool on it. I said, God bless you. One day, he went to Kainji to visit his brother. On getting to Kainji, he was informed, there was no phone there. That time you may be traveling to Kainji, and in fact, the next vehicle that passed through is the brother you are going to visit. His brother traveled to Lagos. He got to Kainji. They told him that his brother was on leave, that he has left Kainji. The officers at Kainji called his brother. That your brother is here. Say, okay, find a house for him. Let him wait for me. Or put him in the next train to come back because I'm going home. This boy went to swimming pool to swim. The person servicing the swimming pool told him, I have lowered the water. Wait, let me go and throw away the debris I have. He went. Before he came back, the boy went up to the height of the swimming pool. Where the divers have dived into the swimming pool when there is no water there, and he hit his head on the rock and died. That was Akanji. We managed to bring him home. Aheba, his village.
So the sister that the crowd you met at home, what happened? And the sister that was crying out for
He said, who died at Kanji has come to collect him. I said, which Udo? He said, look at him. What is it? I said, Udo? Which Udo? See Udo that died at Kanji. I was there when he was buried. I said, it's not true. He said, look at him. He was watching. I said, okay, is he here now? He said, yes. I said, Udo. I asked the girl, look at my eyes. She was talking. I slapped her face. I said, look into my eyes. She looked into my eyes. I looked. I said, Udo, I know you are there. Come into her. Let me talk to you. She came into the girl. I said, yes, who are you? She said, I'm Udo. From where? He said, from Kiden. I said, where is Kiden? He said, I don't know where Kiden is. I am now talking to Udo through the girl. He said, I don't know where Kiden is. I said, Kiden, what took you to Kiden? He said, he's dead. So why are you here? He said he loves her sister. That is, he has come to collect her. Then, is there any other of your brothers that are in Kiden? He said, yes. That is because he has two brothers that were dead then. The senior brother, Ogbonna, like the younger one, they were dead. He said that the younger one was with him. Chukwuemeka was the name. That is there. That is, say, what is he doing in Kiden? Say he's ready. The Kiden is, what of your senior brother? Say he has not seen him. I said, do you know that if you take this your sister to Kiden, she will die? He said, yes. So, the best thing you will do for this family that your senior brother died and took the younger brother. The younger brother died and took you. You will now come and take your sister. Are you stupid? Why didn't you go and take your mother and your father? Because they were very old then. He said, no, I shall go and leave this place. He said, come on, leave this place. Mighty name of Jesus. Out.
What was your spiritual background by then?
My brother, I've not even seen TB Joshua then.
I know it's been a long time.
It's because I was reading some horror novels. I was reading horror novels. And when you read about horror, some horror novels, they will tell you that there are demons. And when how you can, they call it, is it exorcism or something? Exorcism. You understand? I read The Exorcist. I read novels like that. I read the ones men of God wrote and told you that this eyes is a very solid contact with the inner person. That if you have an eye contact, very serious eye contact, you can talk to the inner person. You can command any spirit to come into that person and you talk with that person. That was. So when I practiced it,
it worked.
It worked. In fact, the day we were talking about this thing inside vehicle, one man of God who was there said, my son, what you're doing is very dangerous because if you fail to remove that spirit will attack you. But my brother, in this life, keep your hands.
Do you think it was as a result of the novels you read? And
No. I now have.
With your father as a pastor in the SDA.
I now have belief. By then, I have read the Bible 10 times, from Genesis to Revelation as a novel. I had 3 novels I was reading then. The Holy Bible, James Hadley Chase, and the Perimason. These 3 novels taught me whom God is, whom fellow human beings are. James Hadley Chase taught me crime, taught me that you can be a criminal, how to deal with criminals. The highest criminal novel was James Hadley Chase. So if you come to me and you want to practice crime, I will tell you that you are criminal. I am now. I will tell you that you cannot, do what you want to do. One thing is not what you studied. It's a thing to study a thing. It is another to practice it. How do you practice what you have studied? Many people, you see those who are Yahoo people, they are desperate. Desperate people who want to
make it overnight without suffering.
Be where they are not supposed to be. My brother, you will suffer what Satan is suffering in the hands of godly people.
All right, just before we go, when you talk about St.Moses Vocational College, you started then. It was more or less a practical school where people were trained into various and I think the only one we have the whole of others.
I have not finished. When I commanded, because God has given me, I read in the Bible, in the Holy Book, that He has given me the authority to command. Do you know what He said? He said, tell them to open door for me. I asked a blessing. That blessing is now in UK. He was there. Say, open door for them. He opened the door. His leg, sounded outside. The changing one now came out.
Got himself.
Got herself. There again. I said, what happened? She now narrated how he came. You see, most church people who don't understand whom God is, most people go to use human hate to fortify their churches. Some people do RNG. They will now ask somebody to tell a prophet who claims he is a prophet, and they will be asking you, you will be prophesying what he has discussed with you. My brother, na lie.
Some also invoke familiar spirits.
Familiar spirits, because they are occultic people.
All right, but shortly before we go, because of our time, when we talk about St.Moses Vocational College, as young as you were then, even without much experience, even before going back to the secondary school, going back to the university, and then you talked about this vocational college that was purely practical. Has it anything to do with your living television, living TV film academy?
Yes, you see, right now, why we have a lot of graduates roaming about the street, writing applications, looking for employment. Many of them do come here. I read this, I read that. Will you employ me? When you put him in the studio, he does not know how to on a camera. It's because our
Educational system.
the people at the educational system do not know, do not understand, or if they did understand, just want to establish a system where somebody will just come to have a certificate and go. If you go to China, most of the Chinese that come to Nigeria as engineers did not go to university.
What about roadside mechanics?
They were roadside mechanics then. Those from Lebanon, listen. I remember the day I was passing through when they were during the time of Nupen and Penderson strike. The people that were building Ogbonna Bridge,
Okay, yeah.
they were white people. They could not even speak English. Because at that time there was fuel scarcity. I was passing through Ogbonna because we were buying a 4-liter jerry can, 400 naira. Then, and the 400 naira, was it easy to get?
And it was costly then.
Was it easy? These people were building the bridge at Ogbonna. They didn't put any sign at the Ogbonna junction
From the beginning.
so that you will divert. When I got to the bridge, the white man came, go back. I said, yeah, go back for where? With a 4-liter fuel, 400 naira. I will go back to Ogbonna. I said, why didn't you put
The sign there.
a sign there? He said, go back. He called the tractor, what do you call it?
Is it the caterpillar?
The caterpillar. They come and they carry my vehicle out of there. I moved the thing and blocked that place. I said, look at you, Lebanese, who should be in their country. Israelis are killing you every day. You have come to Nigeria to tell me to go back. I cannot go back. You know Ogbonna. People swimming there, they were clapping, but because they have been turning back people. My brother, you have a right in this country. Assert your right. Wherever you are seeing that somebody, born of a woman, is trying to, operation. Please say no. If you have a time, call people like St.Moses. We will tell him that is not possible.
That's what the second stanza of the new national anthem says.
Yes.
A country where no one should oppress.
Oppress anybody. You see, when the caterpillar man drove up to my vehicle and I was seated there, he looked down and saw me, said, "Hey, Mazi, Chande, now, I tell this fool to tell you to move this caterpillar off. Say, you come in for say you're a fool. Can't come from Lebanon to Nigeria to order me."
Other people around.
The man just removed the caterpillar and I passed. That is the essence of going to school, knowing whom you are. But there must be something you are doing
And known for.
Listen, God, if you look at this palm, there are marks there. That is your destiny. Your destiny is in your palm. Your destiny is not in any other person's palm. It is you that will determine what you will become. And God says, ask, I will give it to you. He didn't say, we shall beg.
All right, our wonderful viewers, thank you so much, and our listeners, thank you so much for being part of today's program, part 8 of St.Moses Ogbonna's Odyssey, Odyssey of St. Moses Ogbonna. Just our teaming fans call it Odyssey of St. Moses. And we've had that. This is just the beginning. We haven't gone into the real thing. There are too many revealing things that will be coming in this Odyssey, especially in part 9 and part 10. I'm sure you're going to keep a date with us. Moses, thank you. We're proud. I'm happy to have you here again today.
Thank you very much.
So this is Yuan Command, Chinedum Godson Adile. We will be back again, same time next week. Keep a date with us. Remember, it is Odyssey. You can also come to our studio at number 1 George Street, opposite the Zama Police Station, adjacent to the former NEPA, now APL. You can come there if you have an interesting story, an eventful story that is life-touching. At times when they see you in your car, it looks as if the thing just came down from heaven, or God threw it down to you without knowing what you've gone through. It's the sense of this Odyssey. You can be part of it. If you have an interesting story like this, if you have followed us from part 1 till now, you know what I'm talking about. Keep it with us. And from me here is bye. Thank you until then.